Hey sis, so today's message is about forgiveness, forgiving self. And I feel like this is something that we need to talk about because we are our worst critics. We are the person who's hardest on ourselves out of anyone. And I feel like the world beats us up enough. So I want to encourage you to forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself is the key that will unlock that hurt and the pain that we often carry on our journey. I feel like we blame ourselves for things that have happened to us when in all actuality it wasn't our fault. We may have put the blame on ourselves because we felt like that was just the thing to do because we were involved in the situation. Forgive yourself for making mistakes. Forgive yourself for staying in that relationship when it was expired a long time ago. Forgive yourself for not trusting your intuition. It's okay. Every lesson is meant to help us grow. Forgive yourself for overextending yourself to others who wouldn't do the same for you. Forgive yourself for dealing with mistreatment. Forgive yourself for the abuse, for the hurt, for the pain that you've experienced. Forgive yourself for wanting to be perfect. It doesn't exist. Forgive yourself for the shame that you carry. Forgive yourself for feeling like you are a failure because you have to start over. You are starting from wisdom and experience, not from scratch. So congratulate yourself. Forgive yourself for not having it all together. We all have something to work on, and don't beat yourself up. You're doing a great job, and sometimes you just need to hear it because you may not hear it from those around you or who are around you every day. You may hear it, but it may not resonate in your spirit like you need it to. Forgive yourself, sis. You deserve to forgive yourself because it's not your burden to carry. It's time to tell a new story. Look, as I'm on my walk, look what I just saw. And this is so fitting. Look at this. This is so fitting for today. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to you. Be kind to others. Be a kind person. And kindness doesn't have ulterior motives. Kindness is a character trait. I'm going to provide you with 3 ways of how you can forgive yourself. And just know that it's a practice. Forgiveness is a practice. And you want to do it to a point where you become lighter in your spirit and you don't feel a type of way about the situation as you once did. So, one way to forgive yourself is by writing yourself a letter, a forgiveness letter. And it could just be anything that you've been feeling, that you've been carrying and you've been holding on to or harboring on. Take the time to write that letter and forgive and sit with it and write all of the emotions that you've been holding on. Forgive yourself and release that. You're going to feel so much better when you have that release. I promise you will. And that's something that I do and have done. And it just helps lighten my spirit whenever I feel heavy or I feel like I'm being too hard on myself. So try that exercise out. Another exercise that you can try is by looking at yourself in the mirror and just tell yourself that you forgive yourself for all the things that you've experienced and you blamed yourself for. That's another way of forgiving yourself. Just look in the mirror. Now that experience is an emotional experience. The writing is an emotional experience too, because what you're doing is you're doing an energy transfer, an energy release, where you're getting those emotions off of you and out of you, and you're transferring onto a piece of paper, or you are releasing those emotions from your heart space as you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and you are opening your heart up, and you are going through a healing process when you do that. It's something powerful and magical that happens when you look at yourself in the mirror and you release and you let go, because that means that you are facing yourself. You're facing the parts of you that are hurt, and you are seeing yourself and you are choosing yourself in that moment. Another thing is you could sit with yourself. You could sit with those emotions and meditate on the experiences you've had that you've been carrying and allowing yourself to feel the emotions. And when they come up, you're going to feel it in different energy centers in your chakras. And you may feel it in your solar plexus. You may feel shame. If you feel it there, you may feel like worthless. You may feel like your self-worth is being attacked when you replay those traumatic experiences or the situation that happened that caused you not to forgive or to hold on to resentment, anger, fear, or doubt. You may feel it in your heart chakra where you held on to that hurt and that grief and that loss, and you closed yourself off to receiving beautiful experiences in the world. You may feel it in your throat chakra where you felt like you didn't say everything that you needed to say, or you felt like you held your tongue in situations when you felt like you should have said something or spoke up or defended yourself. That's just something that will happen when you are sitting with your emotions and allowing that energy to rise in your body, because we hold our trauma in our body and we hold those experiences, and it will stay in the body until you address it and you release it. There are other techniques that you can do to help release trauma in the body, but I just wanted to provide you with 3 ways of how you can forgive yourself, because you are worthy and you are deserving to be set free. We are entering into a new season, a new chapter, and we're doing the work. It's time for us to evolve into the next version of ourselves, into a newer version of ourselves, and to feel more aligned and at home and at peace with ourselves. So that's all I got. TTYL.